What is going on, guys? It's your role model of the IWC Gamers Goon. And yes, we are back talking about all elite wrestling. Yes, indeed. This Sunday on March 7th, we get round 2 of AEW Revolution. Revolution was actually the last show I went to before this whole COVID shit began. I met John Moxley that weekend. Who else did I meet that weekend? I met Orange Cassidy that weekend. It was just a big weekend. It was a big weekend over there at the Sears Center. Over there at I forget the name of the hotel that they had all the festivities from. But I mean, Revolution Weekend was a weekend that I hold near and dear to myself. That weekend was absolutely one of, if not the best weekends of my life. And the show that they put on was absolutely fantastic along with it. So I expect nothing less from them this year. Obviously, there is no StarCast. Obviously, there is no meet and greet stuff going on right now. Obviously, I'm not in Florida for this. That doesn't mean that I'm not excited for AEW Revolution. I know that you look at the guys at top, Tony Khan, you look at Cody Rhodes, you look at Brandy, you look at all these executives that they got, Matt Jackson, you look at all of them, their main goal is to make sure this show is going to be special. AEW has hit home runs in all of their shows so far. Now, I forget which show it was. I believe it might have been All Out. The one that was during the pandemic. It wasn't as good as the rest, but it wasn't a bad show. I forget which show that one was. You can remind me in the comments down below if you guys know which one I'm talking about. But Revolution Weekend is going to be a good one. I know a lot of people are either big fans of this card or you're not a fan of all of this card. But you look up and down this card, I think it could bring some good matches along with it. On the pre-show, we get Rio and Thunder Rosa going up against Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, and Rebel, a.k.a. Reba. So this match, I'm going to be honest, I don't care that much about it. I really don't. I don't think this is going to be anything special. I don't think that this is going to be anything incredible. I don't think it's going to be something that at the end of the night we're going to look back and say this is one of the underrated matches of the night. To be honest with you guys, I don't see this being more than 10 minutes. I really don't. Maybe 6-7 minutes. Have all the women get their shit in, get out, and call it a night. I got to go with it because there's more star power on that team. I'm going with Rio and Thunder Rosa just because I don't see how. Yes, Dr. Britt Baker is a name that they want to make as one of the main women in that women's division. But then you got Rebel. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't see her being much of a factor into anything. Whereas Rio, we already seen her as a champion. Thunder Rosa, we already know that she has been a champion in other promotions. So you bring those two together, they just have more value. And I'm going to have to go with Thunder Rosa and Rio in this one. Sorry. All right. Now we're getting into a match that I think probably will start the show. A match that I always love. You know me. I love the casino battle royale type things. And this year we are getting a casino tag team royale for a future AEW World Tag Team Championship match. Here we got Bear Country. We have Bear Boulder and Bear Bronson versus the Dark Order, Alex Reynolds and John Silver. Then we have the other two of the Dark Order, Evil Uno and Stu Grayson, versus the Inner Circle, Santana and Ortiz, versus the Butcher and the Blade, versus Private Party, Isaiah Cassidy and Mark Quinn, versus Top Flight, Darius Martin and Devontae Martin, versus the Death Triangle, Pac and Ray Phoenix, versus the Varsity Blondes, Griff Garrison and Brian Pillman Jr., versus the Seidel Bros, Matt Seidel and Mike Seidel, versus SCU, Kazarian and Daniels, versus the Natural Nightmares, Dustin Rhodes and QT Marshall, versus Chaos Project, Luther and Serpentico, versus the Gun Club, Austin Gunn and Colton Gunn, and then another team will be in this. We don't know who it is yet. This one's TBA. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't really know what you do with this. I was trying to think of maybe some tag teams that you could bring on in, and none of them were really hitting for me. I don't really think maybe there's much you can do except maybe dive into the Impact thing. Maybe go out there and get a Motor City Machine Guns for a one-off. Maybe you bring in Gallows and Anderson. Maybe that's an option. I don't really know. I'm gonna assume this is gonna be a one-off. I don't think AEW signed a new tag team or anything like that. I'm gonna go with the Motor City Machine Guns in this match. I don't think they're gonna win. But I do believe that the team we are gonna end up seeing winning is, don't get mad at me. Don't get mad at me. But I think it might be Top Flight. I just don't see SCU getting another shot. It doesn't need to happen. Dark Order, maybe. The Inner Circle, they don't really need it. Death Triangle, they don't. I don't know what it is. I really don't know what it is, but I'm not feeling anybody out here outside of them, outside of Top Flight. I just don't really care to see anybody else win. Ideally, you would have the Best Friends in this match, but obviously the Best Friends are not in this match. So, it is what it is. But, yeah, I'm going to have to go with Top Flight. I'm not that excited about the names in this match, really. I'm not. But the Casino Battle Royales have been one of my favorite matches that AEW has been putting on since their debut. So I'm very excited to see this as a Casino Battle Royale type of thing for the tag teams. And I think that'll definitely get my interest in this match a little bit more than what I'm expecting. Ooh, my throat is dry. I'm not used to speaking at this pace for a while. Woo. Next, we get... Yeah, where should we go into next? And I'm gonna save that one. Let's go into Adam Hangman Page versus Matt Hardy for the big money match. The winner will receive the loser's first quarter earnings of this year. So all the money that Adam Page made in quarter one this year will be going to Matt Hardy if Matt Hardy wins. Say Adam Page made $100,000, that's all going to Matt Hardy's bank account. Do we get to actually know that? Probably not. Probably not. I'm sorry if you can hear the music. We got neighbors. But Adam Hangman Page versus Matt Hardy. I'm gonna have to go off on a limb, and I'm gonna have to say that it is going to be Adam Hangman Page. I don't see a need for Matt Hardy to win. Matt Hardy just isn't gonna do anything in the long run. Matt Hardy, obviously, no discredit to him. But Hangman Page is a guy that I believe should be the face of AEW to come in the future years. And obviously he hasn't really been that just yet. He's definitely been on a uprise. He's made a name for himself now. People aren't necessarily against him anymore. But he hasn't really won the big match yet. And I think that you got to figure out a way for Adam Hangman Page to win that big match. And I think that match could be against Kenny Omega eventually. Because we all know that Kenny Omega and Adam Hangman Page did have beef for a little bit. Write the story to end, and maybe Adam Page is the one to dethrone Kenny Omega. So I'm going to have Adam Page win this one just because I think that Adam Page should be continuing on a path in which he will end up meeting Kenny Omega at the end of this thing. Next, we got Hikarushita versus Rio Muzunani. This is a singles match for the AEW Women's World Championship. I'm going to be honest with you. I do know that Rio Mizunami, she's been looking good as of late. She's really made a quick rise in the AEW Women's division. But I'm going to be honest with you. I really am. There's no way Hikaru Shida loses this. I just don't see it. I really don't. I don't care how many times Rio Muzunani wants to flip off the fans or whatever on social media. I really don't. I don't see why you'd have Hikaru Shida lose this, so I'm going to have to go with Hikaru Shida for that simple fact alone that I just don't see why they would put the title on Rio Muzunani this early. I really don't understand that. Next, we get into Team Taz. Brian Cage is the fucking machine. Yeah, he's the fucking machine. Brian Cage and Ricky Starks. I got a Ricky Starks shirt up in there. I should have brought that one out too. God damn it. Obviously, Team Taz versus Darby Allin and Sting. And as much as I'm representing Brian Cage, and as much as I want to rip that Ricky Starks shirt outside of the closet right there, as much as I'm a big fan of these two, especially as a team, as much as I like both guys, you're facing Darby Allin and Sting, and Darby Allin's one of my favorites too, and Sting is a legend. I'm sorry, but you're not winning the match. You're just not. I don't see how they win the match. I really don't. I don't see it. It's a street fight. Maybe that. I think that probably favors Darby Allin and Sting, because Sting gets to use a bat. Darby Allin gets to use whatever the hell he wants. He could use his fucking skateboard with nails on it again. We don't know what they're capable of. Brian Cage and Ricky Starks, I just don't see them having that edge that Darby Allin and Sting will have come Sunday. Next, we get into the tag team match for the AEW World Tag Team Championships. We got the champions, the young Bucks, Nick and Matt Jackson versus Chris Jericho and Sir Maxwell Jacob Friedman. He's better than you, and you know it. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. There is a decent shot Jericho and MJF win here. I could see it. I definitely can envision them winning and going through a program where these guys hold the tag team titles. We have a scenario where MJF's like, well, I'm the reason we're the champions. No, I'm the reason. It eventually leads to a split. Then we get the actual feud, not the match that we got because of, if I beat you in a match, you get to join the inner, or you can't join the inner circle. But if you beat me, you can join the inner circle. This is going to be a full-fledged feud eventually, and I believe that it could happen. It could start here tonight, and it could be because Chris Jericho and MJF win, and then they both try to take claim for being the reasons why they won. I don't know. I really don't know. I feel like saying the Young Bucks is the right decision, but on the other side, I feel like Chris Jericho and MJF is the right decision. At the end of the night, I don't care who you pick. This is going to be a damn good match. We've seen what MJF can do in matches. We know what the Young Bucks can do. You want me to bring up Revolution last year? We know how good Chris Jericho is. At the end of the night, this is going to be a good match. That is not the question. The question is who's going to win, and if I had to put my money on someone, I'm going to have to put it on the Young Bucks. My heart is telling me Chris Jericho and MJF. My head is telling me the Young Bucks. I'm gonna have to go with the Young Bucks because that's where I gotta get the right. I gotta get it right. And I think the Young Bucks are gonna win, but a part of me wants to believe that Jericho and MJF are gonna win. I'm not sure. I am not sure. I'm gonna go with the Young Bucks. I'm going with the Young Bucks. We're done. We're done with that one. Let's move on. No more talk about that one specifically. Let's get into Miro and Kip Sabian versus the Best Friends, Orange Cassidy and Chuck Taylor. Yes, Trent is not in this match, believe it or not. Miro, I'm gonna be honest. I expected Miro to come in and be a championship caliber person. He hasn't been that yet. Sorry, he hasn't. Kip Sabian, you guys know, if you were watching me back when AEW first came around, I was a big Kip Sabian guy along with Darby Allin. And the best thing they have for these guys are together in a feud with Orange Cassidy and the Best Friends. I'm not very happy about that, if you're going to ask me. And does that mean this is going to be a bad match? Absolutely not. This match ain't going to be bad. You have Orange Cassidy in a match, it's not going to be bad. You have Kip Sabian in a match, it's not going to be bad. You have Chuck in a match. Chucky T in a match. It's not going to be bad. You have Miro in a match. It's not going to be bad. The problem is, I want to see them doing more with these guys. That's my only issue. But as for who's going to win this, Man, I just for some reason, I'm being told that the best friends are gonna win. I just see it. I see Orange Cassidy and Chuck Taylor winning this. I just do. Nothing against Kip Sabian and Miro, but I just don't know how they would win. To me, they haven't been much of anything yet. And to me, that implies that they would be losing, because we've seen Orange Cassidy and the Best Friends in high spots before. So I'm going to have to go with the Best Friends. I'm sure the match will be fine. Then we get into the face of the Revolution ladder match for a future AEW TNT Championship match. Not the AEW Championship, the TNT Championship. We have Cody Rhodes versus Scorpio Sky versus Penta El Zero Miedo Pentagon Jr. versus Lance Archer versus Max Caster and versus a guy that is to be determined. And no, it is not CM Punk. No, it is not CM Punk. Ask me that question again. No. I've heard some rumors. I've seen some things. Possibly a Kurt Angle. Doubt it. But the one thing we do know is that it's supposed to be a future Hall of Famer. Or it was supposed to be a Hall of Famer. From what Paul White said. From what the Big Show said on Dynamite. It's supposed to be a Hall of Fame caliber talent. Could it be the Big Show? Maybe. Could it be Mark Henry? Maybe. I don't know who you get. I don't know who it is. But I know it's not CM Punk. It is not CM Punk. I'm going to throw out a guess. I could be off on this. I could be dead on. I'm going to throw out a wild one. And I'm going to say that everybody's going to get swerved, and it's going to be Paul White. Paul White's the guy. He's the guy after all of this. For a one-off. Nothing special. Just a one-off. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's Goldberg. I pray to God that it's not Goldberg. But if it is Goldberg, I'm going to be shocked. Let's hope for somebody good. I don't know who it could be. I don't know who it might be. But hopefully it's not a Goldberg. Hopefully it's not somebody that's just not in good favor with the fans. Hopefully they play their cards right, because I'm not a big fan of bringing back legends for matches. So hopefully this isn't somebody that is completely out of their prime. Hopefully this isn't a guy that's 50-something years old. But I could see it easily being one. I don't know. With that being said, who am I going to take to win the AEW TNT Championship? Future opportunity to have a number one contenders match, or not? This is the number one to have a future shot at the title. I'm gonna have to go off on a limb. We've seen Lance Archer, we've seen Cody, we've seen Scorpio Sky, we've seen nobody else though. We haven't seen Pentagon. We haven't seen Max Cass. I don't know what it is. I really don't. I don't. But for some reason, I have an idea that for some reason Max Caster is going to win this. I'm not putting money on it, but I got a feeling. And I'm gonna say that Max Caster is going to win. Am I confident with that decision? No, I'm not. But that's what I'm going with. I'm going to pick Max Caster. I don't know why. I just don't see Pentagon winning. I don't see Lance winning. I don't see Scorpio winning. I don't see Cody winning. And I don't, depending on who TBA is, it might be them, but I don't think it's going to be. I'm going to have to go off on a limb, and I'm going to have to predict that Max Caster wins. I don't know. I'm probably dead wrong with that, but who knows. Next, we get the exploding barbed wire death match for the AEW World Championship between Kenny Omega, obviously being accompanied by Don Callis, against Jonathan Moxley. John Moxley. I'm not as good as him. You know, Justin Roberts, he'll always be better than everybody else at that. I can't do it. My throat can't do that. Not today. But Kenny Omega versus Jon Moxley. I'm gonna be honest with you. This is gonna be a very good match. This match is going to be a barn burner. This match is gonna be one that is not for the faint of eyes. You are going to see blood. You are going to be on your seat. You're gonna be sitting there shivering every time. There's gonna be barbed wire. You're going, oh, trust me, we've been there. We've seen what Jon Moxley's done in AEW alone. Yeah, and then you want to go look at his indie days. I'm sure it'll get more violent for you. This is going to be a violent match. This is going to be a match that you probably shouldn't let your kids watch. That doesn't stop me from watching it. I got a feeling that this is going to be a match that is definitely not for the faint of heart. If you get sick easily, if you get scared of the sight of blood, turn the show off at this point. Kenny Omega and Jon Moxley will both be bleeding badly. They will both be beating the shit out of each other. And at the end of the night, we are going to be seeing one man stand tall with the AEW World Championship. And that is because of one man standing beside that one man, Don Callis. Don Callis will interject himself in some way to help Kenny Omega win Sunday night and retain his championship in the exploding barbed wire death match. This is going to be bloody. This is going to be good. If you like violence, then this is your match. If you hate violence, then turn the TV off at this point and look on Twitter to see who wins, because you're not going to want to see this. If you get sick easily, you don't want to see this match. But if you're like me, if you're like a lot of the hardcore fans out there that like the ECW days and like when there was blood and liked when there was barbed wire, you like, if you have some tolerance for it, or at least can accept it and appreciate it, this is your match. This is your match. Hopefully you guys are ready, because this match is going to be big. This match is going to be big. Anyways, I'm going to get on out of here. Thank you guys for tuning in to my AEW Revolution predictions. Yes. I will be going, filming immediately following AEW Revolution. I apologize if it gets out to you guys late. I imagine this video is going up on time. I do not know that right now, but I've been having some internet issues here at the dorm lately. So I cannot promise that the AEW review for Revolution will be out as fast as possible. I cannot promise that it will be out the same night, because it might take a few hours to get up. I might have to upload it from an iPad. I'm not sure how I'm going to upload it, because my computer's been very weird with this internet the last 2 days. So I apologize in advance if that comes to the case. Make sure you go follow the Twitter. I will let you guys know there at GamersGoonYT. If I'm having any issues, go over there. If you don't see my video up probably about 2 hours after the show, go over there. There's probably an explanation saying, hey, listen, I'm having to upload it from the iPad. I apologize for the inconvenience, all that stuff. But maybe it's 2 hours later and I have to go on Twitter and apologize and be like, hey, I went an hour and a half on this thing and it's uploading. I don't know. I don't know whether we're going to have internet issues or not on Sunday. Hopefully we don't. I'm hoping to watch the show from my laptop so I can stream it onto my TV. But that might or might not happen depending on how well this internet is. So mad last few days trying to figure this stuff out, but I'm gonna get out of here. For right now, it's been your model of the IWC. Make sure you guys do tune into that AEW Revolution review, because I am announcing, yes, mark this down, I am announcing number 2 to join me and the Stormsmeister, DJ Storms, WrestleMania weekend / week, whatever, for WrestleMania preview and predictions. You already know that DJ Storms will be joining me here on the channel, but number 2 will be announced on Sunday in the review at the end of the review. So I think you guys are going to enjoy what we got in store come WrestleMania week. Just Just want to give you guys a fair warning for that one. But right now, it's been your role model of the IWC, and I'll be seeing you guys in the next one.